Okay, we're going to watch Graham's freestyle below the water. As we get into the stroke here, we'll kind of watch, then we'll go back just a little bit. We're going to kind of watch your head position here. You kind of see it bouncing a little bit up and down. Okay, you can kind of see where it goes. Just a little bit below the surface with every single hand entry. All right, you can see a little more here. So you've got a good eye position, right? But sometimes your head is underwater, sometimes it's just barely above the water. You want to get your head up just a little bit higher in that water so you're not quite so underwater. You can kind of see really your whole upper body is almost completely underwater. So you want your shoulders up a little bit higher, you want your head up just a little bit higher. Not your eyes up, but just your head up a little bit higher. You can just see that little bounce all the way through. Good streamline there, by the way. We'll come back to that. Okay, so let's work on the head position. Let's work on keeping that head a little bit more towards the surface, not quite so much, just a little bit under the surface, okay? As we look at our hand entry, we can see fingertip entry all the way through. That looks good. The other thing I really like here, Graham, is I like where your catch is. Good, strong. You're pushing your hand. You're pushing the water back. That looks fantastic. As you see the other hand, your fingertips are down. What we want to see you do is a little bit too straight arm recovery for about the first third. Here you start to bend your elbow, okay? You want to make sure that when your hand enters, you bend that elbow a little bit earlier and grab that water just a little bit earlier, okay? So that catch phase should start right as your hand enters. Drop your hand, keep your elbow high, and then finish all the way through with that stroke. Good fingertip entries there. You can see as your hand is exiting, your thumb is down, which means your pinky's up. You want to finish with the palm up as you finish that stroke. You don't want to have those hands down. So work on getting that palm up just a little bit better. Good, strong kick. As we go into the turn, nice job as far as your hands going up here and your legs going here. I'd like to see you turn your palms down so you're kind of bringing your water towards your face. All right, but you have your hands, you have your arm in the right position, but just work on getting those hands down. It almost looks like you're maybe over-rotating your head. You kind of see where you're looking back at the wall. Your hands are right where they need to be. But you're looking back at the wall. Make sure you work on keeping your eyes straight up. Don't over-rotate that upper body. Because you over-rotated, your feet were a little low. You want your feet a little bit more high on that turn, so you can push down a little bit more. You don't want to go push straight out because you're really not that far underwater. So you're coming there right through all the weight that you just brought into the wall. Okay? So work on pushing down so you kind of get underneath where that weight is, underneath where that extra drag is. Great streamline here, though. I mean, so good. Start your dolphin kicks a little bit early. Remember, we want to hold your streamline for about 1 or 2 seconds off that wall. Let your body get onto your stomach before you start that dolphin kick. You don't want a dolphin kick on your side and then on your back. Breakouts a little bit early. You can see that you're still a good 6 inches below the water. You've already got your arm above the water and your second arm right here. So hold that breakout a little bit longer, okay? Like where you're coming up, just hold your breakout a little bit longer so that your head can get to the surface. Your head breaks that surface right as you're getting ready with that second hand coming out of the water and your first hand's going in. So it's just a little early. It's your first breath. I'm hoping we can see a little bit more breathing above the water. Kick looks good, Graham. I like how it's nice and strong, nice and consistent. You know, the one thing I think you've got to be careful of during practices and during meets is not over racing the first length of anything. Okay, I think sometimes you put so much effort in that first length that by the time you get towards the end, you're a little bit tired. So make sure you keep working on it. This kick looks so good. Good dolphin kick. That last dolphin kick was a little shallow, but that last dolphin kick was a little shallow because you didn't go deep enough off that wall. So let's make sure we're going a little deeper off that turn. Be interested to see what you look like above the water. Because here, your head is staying really, really still. And that's unusual. I don't see your head stay still a lot during practice. So you're doing a good job of focusing here on what we want to do. But that focus needs to be there all the time. Okay? Good, Graham. Thank you.